Assalamu alaikum.
Walaikum salam, sir.
In the most holy name of Allah, who came to us, the black man and the black woman, here in the hills of North America, in the divine person of Master Farad Muhammad, the great Mahdi, and the one God to whom all holy praise is due forever, the Lord of all the worlds. We forever thank him for his coming and for his raising up in our midst a divine leader, a divine teacher, and a divine guide in the personage of the most honorable Elijah Muhammad, the last and the greatest messenger of Allah. So it is in their two great names that I would like to greet you once again, my beloved black brothers and sisters, in the nation of Islam's greeting words of peace in the Arabic language, which is indeed the original language of the original black man. Assalamu alaikum.
Walaikum salam, sir.
All praise is due to Allah for the most honorable Elijah Muhammad. For those of you, and there should always be a few, who are unfamiliar with the greeting words of the Muslims, of Assalamu alaikum. Those words simply mean, when they are translated from the black man's language of Arabic into the white man's language of English, peace be unto you. And as we have explained many Sunday afternoons, these Sunday temple meetings are not for those of you who are already familiar with Assalamu alaikum, who are already Muslims, who are already believers. It doesn't mean you should not be attending your meeting via this live broadcast. What it means is the Sunday lecture is not designed to teach those of you who have accepted your own and are striving to be upright to him who originated the heavens and the earth.
Go ahead.
You get yours. I'm laughing because of yesterday. You learn your religion on Saturday.
Yes, sir.
You don't get taught, you don't get fed, you don't eat a good spiritual meal on Sunday. You get yours on Saturday.
That's right.
You are taught your religion on Saturday afternoon and or Saturday morning. You're taught your religion as a sister in MGT class. You are taught your religion as a brother in FOI class.
Go ahead.
Have you ever heard the saying, when the cat's away, the mice will play?
Sir? Yes, sir.
As long as the most honorable Elijah Muhammad was among us, you couldn't get away with being a sister claiming you are a believer in the most honorable Elijah Muhammad and not reporting to your local temple.
Go ahead.
Talk back to me.
Come on.
You got your teaching, you got your training in MGT class. But since the most honorable Elijah Muhammad has not been physically present among us to enforce the rule of attendance, we have somehow justified not reporting to our local temple, and we are saying things like we are the temple ourselves. It's no longer time for temples. Talk back to me. And so you are now trying to represent the most honorable Elijah Muhammad on Facebook. You're trying to represent the most honorable Elijah Muhammad on Instagram.
Man, come on.
You may or may not be trying to represent the most honorable Elijah Muhammad on TikTok.
Come on.
You somehow believe that social media platforms justify your existence as a follower of the most honorable Elijah Muhammad. And so you are not active in any temple of Islam under the leadership of the most honorable Elijah Muhammad, but you make posts in Facebook groups. And you feel as though somehow you are representing the most honorable Elijah Muhammad. You are doing your job as a follower of the most honorable Elijah Muhammad, posting on Facebook. Y'all all right?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Others of you, you have YouTube channels. Hello. You have YouTube channels, and you think you are doing the work of the most honorable Elijah Muhammad by maintaining a YouTube channel that posts lectures of the most honorable Elijah Muhammad. Talk black to me. You don't have good attendance because you are not active in anyone's temple. Some of you are not active in anyone's temple, calling yourself a member of someone's temple. But you're not having regular meetings. Are y'all listening to me?
Yes, sir.
There are temples that you could attend. Or there are temple meetings that you could attend, but you deliberately choose not to attend those meetings and then consider yourself justified because you are posting lectures of the most honorable Elijah Muhammad. Y'all all right?
Yes, sir.
All praise is due to Allah for the most honorable Elijah Muhammad. These Sunday temple meetings are for those of you who have already accepted to maintain or to satisfy your attendance requirements if you are not a resident of the city where the temple happens to be located. You satisfy your attendance requirements by participating in the temple meeting via live broadcast. But your duty as a Muslim is to invite as many as you possibly can to also attend via live broadcast.
That's right.
If you are attending, have you liked the video? Some of you are scared to like the video because you somehow think that it's going to be known that you liked the video. Well, on Facebook, it will be. So we know you're not going to like it on Facebook. Because Minister Eric is the most controversial Black Muslim minister in the nation of Islam. And there are so many Muslims that won't like you if you like me. Y'all all right?
Yes, sir.
So you don't want the lame buster and sucker nigga so-called Muslims who disapprove of me to see you liking a meeting presided over by me. But YouTube does not provide notification or exposure of who is liking the video. You can like the YouTube video. I won't know, and neither will anybody else. Everybody still all right?
Yes, sir.
Liking the video works against the devil that you claim to be against. You claim to be against the devil. And the devil has an algorithm that seeks to restrict how many people receive the message of the most honorable Elijah Muhammad. But liking the video counters the algorithm. Sharing the video counters the algorithm. Engaging, commenting, subscribing to the channel counters the algorithm. Talk black to me. So you watch the video, and because it's me, you won't like, you won't share, you won't subscribe, you won't do a damn thing but secretly watch. You don't want anybody to know you're watching. I've literally had people, brother, make a comment publicly and say, yes, I'm one of those people that secretly watches you.
Wow.
I kid you not. It's happened more than once.
Yes, sir.
Many of you who watch me are followers of other leaders besides the most honorable Elijah Muhammad.
Say that. Teach.
Many of you that watch me are followers of none but the most honorable Elijah Muhammad. But in that small circle, I have a bad name. So you don't want others to know you watching. Talk black to me. But you don't have very much of a choice to watch or not watch. You don't have very much of a choice because the quality of the teaching that is done here is unmatched anywhere else.
Teach.
And you can talk about my language, you can talk about my activity, you can talk about whatever you want to talk about, but the bottom line is you can't intelligently deny that you can get this quality of teaching anywhere.
Come on. That's right. Teach.
You have been trying for a long time to choose an alternate to this. And so someone will pop up teaching in this city, in this particular region of the country. And you will say, well, I like them because they don't fuss and cuss and call people niggas and do all the things that Eric Muhammad does. So you try to replace Minister Eric with them. Doesn't work out that well.
Come on.
Y'all all right?
Yes, sir.
And what really cracks me up is when you try to replace me with someone you got from me. And not someone, listen now, not someone who is from me legitimately.
Come on. Come on.
But someone who was in the ministry class under me.
Yes, sir.
And flunked out.
Man.
Y'all ain't listening. Somebody who flunked out of the class that I preside over.
Come on.
A minister of a numbered temple presides over the ministry class of that temple. Everybody in the ministry class of that temple, he is the steward over. Are you listening to me?
Yes, sir. Teach.
You know what a stewardess is.
Right.
Those of you who have flown on a plane.
Yes, sir. Go ahead.
Well, a steward is the male version of a stewardess.
Come on.
students in the ministry class of the Most Honorable Elijah Muhammad under the head minister of a numbered temple in a major city. And for whatever reason, fall out with that minister and with the believers of that temple, flunk out of the ministry class, and then go out continuing to represent themselves as students in the ministry class of the Most Honorable Elijah Muhammad. So it really cracks me up when you try to replace me with them.
Right.
Everybody still all right?
Yes, sir.
Then you have those who have never been in the ministry class of the Most Honorable Elijah Muhammad. Ever claim that they were, but never were. You have ministers who were made ministers by the Most Honorable Elijah Muhammad. I'm doing it again. I had a specific direction I was going to go in. And I'm off again. But that's Minister Eric.
Take your time, brother.
You have ministers who were made ministers by the Most Honorable Elijah Muhammad. Students of his in the ministry class that he was the leader of. He still is the leader of it.
Go ahead. Teach.
You have those who flunked out. Now, it's one thing to flunk out of a ministry class that Minister Eric is the head minister over.
Come on.
But you got ministers who flunked out of the ministry class during the time of the messenger's physical presence among us. Are y'all listening to me?
Yes, sir. Keep going.
Ministers made ministers by the messenger, but by the time the messenger departed from among us, they were no longer ministers of the messenger. Meaning no longer students in the ministry class of the messenger.
Right.
Busted.
Right.
Fired. Shot to the left. Kicked to the curb by the messenger. Are you listening to me?
Yes, sir.
Ministers who, after the Most Honorable Elijah Muhammad departed, turned hypocrite on the messenger. Now, I'm not saying that there is a group or class of minister that fits all of these descriptions. I'm saying that there are ministers who fit one and or more of these particular categories.
Yes, sir. Go ahead.
Some just got busted. And ministers didn't get busted for cussing and calling nobody nigger. Now, you can try that mess all the hell you want. You a damn liar. Ministers did not get busted for cussing and calling nobody nigger.
Go ahead.
Ministers got busted for committing one of three deadly sins.
Teach.
Stealing the money,
Teach.
sexing the women,
Teach.
and changing the teachings.
Go ahead. Teach.
Those are the three deadly sins. We cannot have you having sex with the women and stay in the ministry.
Right.
We can't have you changing the teachings and stay in the ministry.
Come on.
We can't have you stealing the money that is donated for the cause of the truth and stay in the ministry. Those are things that no matter how great your oratorical skills are, no matter how great your managerial skills are, if you're stealing the money, sexing the women, and changing the teachings, either one, let alone all three, there is no quality that you bring to the ministry that is going to allow for progress to be made. Running through the women, stealing the money, and and changing the teaching is going to block progress.
Go ahead.
You can't progress doing any one or more of those three things.
That's right.
Everybody all right?
Yes, sir.
That's what ministers got busted for. And if there's a minister of the messenger that sees me right now and says I'm wrong, nigga, shut the hell up. 404-758-8209. Don't tell nobody else I'm wrong, nigga. Talk to me.
Go ahead.
So I can slap you the hell around like you deserve. I know what the hell I'm talking about. I don't care if I wasn't there. Y'all all right?
Yes, sir.
All the rest of your nigga madness comes with the territory. Like the ministers of the messenger were some angels from heaven. And y'all crazy as hell. You got this Barbie doll, Alice in Wonderland view of what the Nation of Islam was like when the messenger was among us.
Right.
Them niggas was crazy. I'm not mad at them. I'm not trying to dog them. No matter how crazy they were, I look up to them.
Come on.
Y'all all right?
Yes, sir.
In many ways, I see them superior to me. But I don't see them superior to me because they were no angels from heaven. They were niggas from hell. The messenger said that's what the hell they were. He just didn't use the exact language that I used. The Most Honorable Elijah Muhammad saved his day, 1966. He said, you can't expect us to practice Islam like a man in Mecca. And this is what he followed as the explanation why. He said he can't. He's too weak.
Come on.
He's been reared by the devils.
Go ahead.
And in the hell of the devils.
Go ahead.
Talk black to me.
Right.
He said the main thing is to submit to Allah and his true religion, Islam. Now let's back that up.
Come on.
No juvenile there. Back that thing up.
I was about to say. Yes, sir.
Let's back it up with what the messenger says. Page 135. As we are generally sinful and easily yield to temptations, it is only fitting to keep up prayer. The ministers of the Most Honorable Elijah Muhammad were generally sinful, just like the rank and file, and easily yielded to temptations, just like the rank and file. And if you ever been a minister of the messenger, I'm telling you to your face, if I can, you were generally sinful, you easily yielded to temptations. Y'all all right?
Yes, sir.
Ain't no angels in the Nation of Islam and ain't never been none.
Come on.
I'm talking about followers of the message.
Right.
So you can miss me with your Alice in Wonderland Islam. You were a minister of the messenger. You got busted for stealing money. You got busted for sexing women. You got busted for changing the teaching. You didn't get busted for using no inappropriate language or smacking no damn believers around, especially who needed to be smacked around.
Come on.
Y'all all right?
Yes, sir.
All right. So there are ministers who were busted, fired, kicked to the curb, shot to the left, no longer being used by the messenger, as his ministers and representatives.
Mm.
Then when the messenger departs, they pop back up.
Oh,
I, a minister of the messenger. So there are some
yes, sir.
who claim to be in the ministry class
Mm.
of the most honorable Elijah Muhammad, but the minister that they claim made them a minister
Right.
is a minister that the messenger made a minister and then busted from the ministry.
Mm. Mm. Mm.
Talk black to me.
Yes, sir.
How in the hell is a nigga not in the ministry class of the messenger while the messenger was here?
Right.
How in the hell is he a minister over a ministry class of the messenger, making you some minister of the messenger? Talk black to me.
Mm.
Y'all all right?
Yes, sir.
When the cat's away, the mice will play. These damn so-called Elijah Muhammad niggas do what the hell they want to do in the most honorable Elijah Muhammad's name. Because whose authority are they going to respect
Right.
to stop doing it?
Right. Mm. Mm.
If I say in the name of the most honorable Elijah Muhammad, what you doing is not legit, shut that SHI, stop that Minister Eric down. Shut it down. You look at me like, oh, nigga, please. Who the hell is you?
Right.
You're not keeping the messenger and the savior out front.
Come on.
Right.
I'll answer your question. Who the hell am I? Nobody. Now that's the good news for you. I'm the nobody that you consider me to be. This is not me using tricky language. If I didn't mean what I just said, I would not have said it.
Go ahead.
This ain't no language that's designed to make you think nothing about me.
Right.
I believe what I just said. Who the hell am I? Nobody. I believe I'm nobody. Are you with me?
Yes, sir.
That's what I'm saying.
Jeez. Jeez.
And that's the good news for you. But there's bad news with the good news. And anytime you add a negative with a positive, the result is always negative.
Come on.
Talk black to me.
Right.
Well, what's the bad news?
Come on.
The bad news is I don't have to be anybody to tell you shut it down.
Mm.
I don't have to be nobody.
Come on.
Elijah Muhammad is somebody.
That's right.
And as long as I am representing Elijah Muhammad, if I tell you to shut it down, whether I'm nobody or not, shut it down.
Mm.
I'm not telling you on the base of no authority of no Eric Muhammad.
Right. Mm.
When the most honorable Elijah Muhammad stops using a minister as his minister, you can't use that minister
Right.
as his minister. Here's a nigga, the most honorable Elijah Muhammad, balled up and threw away. And here you come with your lame, buster, untrained, untaught self. You gon' thank you, brother. You gonna take the nigga and start pressing him. Thank you, brother. Start pressing this nigga out. The messenger ain't using him.
Go ahead.
For how many years? Several years before the messenger departs, he ain't using this nigga as his minister. You come 20, 30, 40 years after the messenger having used him, and you are going to use a man as a minister that the messenger stopped using as a minister.
Oh, man. Mm.
And no matter how much sense I just made with what I just said, you're going to ignore me. Because you're going to keep me out front. You're not going to keep the messenger out front. You're not going to keep the Savior out front. You're going to make me the messenger of what I'm saying. Everybody all right?
Yes, sir.
And the proof that your so-called minister that made you a minister is not legit is you are not qualified for that position. All right, let's go to the Holy Quran.
Yes, sir.
Well, what happened to Assalamu alaikum? You tell me. You know what? I forgot exactly where it is, and I'm not taking my phone out and searching. I remember the verse.
Yes, sir.
There's a verse in the Holy Quran that says, make over trusts to those worthy of them. Make over trusts to those worthy of them. What is a trust? It's a responsibility. Making over a trust means giving someone responsibility as a leader, as a steward. Are you with me?
Yes, sir. Go ahead.
Make over trust to those worthy of them means put people in positions that are qualified for them.
Come on.
Are you listening to me?
Yes, sir. See.
And there's a hadith where Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, said, when trusts are made over to those unworthy of them, that will bring about the end.
See.
America has just made over a trust
Come on.
to one Donald J. Trump.
Come on.
Another half of America attempted to make over that same trust to one Kamala Harris.
See.
Neither one of them are worthy of the trust that the past election for president sought to make over to. Kamala Harris is not qualified to be the president of this country.
Come on.
Donald J. Trump is not qualified to be the president of this country. And since America for decades now has not made over the trust of POTUS, P-O-T-U-S, President of the United States. For decades, America has been making over that trust to those unworthy of said trust. And so America has reached its end.
Go ahead.
Are you listening to me?
See.
Ministers claiming that they are ministers and that they are united with other ministers over temples that don't exist. Talk black to me. United temples. None of y'all niggas got a temple.
Wow.
But you're united temples.
Right.
Ministers claiming you were made ministers by a minister that the messenger busted from the ministry, kicked out the ministry class. Talk black to me. You can't deny what I'm saying, but you will. One thing about me, I wouldn't say that with all the enemies I had if I couldn't back it up. Because I know anything I say wrong, you're going to jump all over me about it. If I say it, it's because I know what I'm talking about. Y'all all right?
Yes, sir.
All praise is due to Allah for the most honorable Elijah Muhammad. You get your teaching and your training, believer. You get it on Saturday, not Sunday.
That's right.
You practice what you learn on Saturday by having a guest on Sunday. Brother, did you know that the overwhelming majority of those of us who want to nitpick, fault find somebody else, maybe you're not even nitpicking or fault finding, maybe the faults are so glaring, I have some, maybe the faults are so glaring you don't have to nitpick them, they're just all in your face. Doesn't matter. Many of you who want to point to somebody else,
Right.
You've been a Muslim 10 years, 20 years, 30 years, 40 years, 50 years, 60 years. When is the last time you brought a lost found in the ranks? Hello? You can't point to a single registered Muslim that you fished in to the Nation of Islam. You can't point to one. Hello? If you could point to one when the messenger was still physically present among us, you can't point to nobody now. Who is the Jesus of the Bible? Well, there's 4 of them.
Come on, teach.
But in the context that I am now teaching, who is the Jesus of the Bible?
Okay, come on.
Christian, I know you think that the Jesus of the Bible is a man born in a manger 2,000 years ago in Palestine. He is one of the 4 Jesuses. Now, see, when I say one of the 4 Jesuses, Christian, turn me right off. Because the white man didn't teach you there were 4 Jesuses.
Go ahead.
Talk black to me.
Come on.
You never read in the Bible the words, there are 4 Jesuses, thus saith the Lord.
Right.
You're not familiar with the theological exegesis of the Bible that there are 4 Jesuses. They're plain to be seen if you are divinely led, divinely taught, and divinely guided to the interpretation of the Bible.
Come on. Come on.
The Jesus of the Bible, the most honorable Elijah Muhammad said, most of what you read of Jesus in the Bible, that's talking about myself.
Come on.
Hello? Now, for those of you who can't accept that, you can't receive that, no problem. I'm not talking to you anyway. I'm talking to us
Right.
who are supposed to be guiding you.
Come on. That's right.
But we can't help you because we can't help ourselves.
Oh, yeah.
We have become blind. And so we are seeking to be blind leaders of the blind. Both of us gonna be in a damn ditch. Talk black to me. The Jesus of the Bible, the most honorable Elijah Muhammad, Muslim, said, come, follow me, and I will make you what? Uh-oh. I will make you fishers of men. Talk black to me. Come follow me, and I will make you fishers of men. You ain't fished nobody nowhere. You got a lot to say about Minister Eric, but you ain't fished nobody no damn where. Talk black to me.
That's right.
You so pressed when it comes to fish. You got a dumpster dive to 15 for the fish that Minister Eric has gotten. And try to do something with those fish. Talk black to me. Why don't you get your own? Y'all all right?
Yes, sir.
All praise is due to Allah for the most honorable Elijah Muhammad. The Muslims have become lazy. The Muslims have forgotten the whole reason to be Muslims.
Oh, man.
The whole reason for you to be a Muslim is to fish, fish, fish,
Go ahead.
fish, 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 fish. You don't fish, damn it, you post. You don't even know how to fish. Talk black to me. Some of you niggas were under a minister who does know how to fish, but you flunked out the temple. Now you running around doing any damn thing you think is going to serve the most honorable Elijah Muhammad, but you not fishing. Talk black to me. So don't come here on no damn Sunday as a and just check me out for a few minutes, wait for me to say something out the way. And then you say, see, that's what I'm talking about. You ain't got no damn business coming here for that in the first place. I don't agree with the way he this, that, and the other. I don't agree with this. I don't agree with that. I don't agree with, okay, where you live? What city you live in? How long you been living there? What's the address of the temple in the city where you live? Either give me the number and the street or shut the hell up about your I don't agree. You ain't qualified to not agree with me about a damn thing. Talk black to me. Y'all all right?
Yes, sir.
All praise is due to Allah for the most honorable Elijah Muhammad. See, I'm coming to you as Minister Eric Muhammad with a captain twist. Nigga, don't tell me what you disagree with about me, either what I say or how I say it. How long have you been in the city where you are and ain't no damn temple there?
Oh, man.
There's a temple in the city where I am.
Go ahead.
Huh? So you can disagree all the hell you want. I got a temple in my city.
Go ahead.
You ain't got one in yours. And I'm bringing lost founds in the temple. You ain't bringing lost founds nowhere. Are you listening to me? Elijah Muhammad called you to himself to make you a fisher of men. Not just a damn fish laying on a damn plate next to some brown rice and red cabbage doing nothing.
Come on.
Are you listening to me?
Keep going.
What the hell qualifies you to tell me something about Islam when if you know so much about what I should or should not say and or do, why don't we see that knowledge and wisdom in the way of a temple in your city? You ain't got one. All praise is due to Allah for the most honorable Elijah Muhammad. Hell, I even got a temple in another damn city.
Go ahead.
You ain't got one. Y'all all right?
Yes, sir.
All praise is due to Allah for the most honorable Elijah Muhammad. You seen me teaching at two different temples, both of them mine.
Go ahead. See.
You flunk out of this temple. How long you been going? Long enough to set up a temple. You ain't got one. So what the hell are you talking trash about me for? You've had more than enough time to set something up. You've had more than enough time to prove me wrong. You haven't done so. But your nigga pride won't let you admit you were wrong. to me. So when Sunday meeting comes around, your responsibility is to be in attendance at the temple meeting and have a lost found, because Elijah, the messenger, said, come follow him and he will make you fishers of men. You ain't fishing. You spend your whole week and never fish. You spend your whole week and imagine this now. Here's a nigga, male and female. If you think I'm sneak dissing you, I'm not sneaking nothing. I'm outright dissing you.
Go ahead.
But if you think I'm focusing on you singularly, you crazy as hell. There's plenty of niggas like you. I'm talking to all of you. You included. Whoever the hell you are. I wonder if you talking. Yes, I'm talking about you. And all the niggas like you. Imagine this. Here's a nigga or a negress. The most honorable Elijah Muhammad supposedly means so much to you. And I don't honestly doubt that you are sincere in your heart with respect to the love you have for the messenger. That's not where I'm going with it. But what I'm saying is this. Imagine this. It's Monday. You're not fishing. Fishing is not even on your damn mind. Paying your bills is what's on your mind. Dealing with your everyday life issues, that's what's on your mind.
Right.
Jesus talked about the seed that fell on that type of ground. He said, the cares of the world snatched the seed away.
Oh, man. Come on.
Talk black to me. So it's Monday, and you're concerned with the issues of your personal life. You don't have fishing on your mind. You deal with your own life issues Monday. Then Tuesday comes around. You still in the same mode. You're not even thinking about fishing no lost founds nowhere. That is not part of your daily routine. It's not part of your weekly routine. You will go Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. You have not fished, nor did you any one of those 6 days have as a chore, have as a task that you're going to try to get a fish. You didn't even think about that.
Go ahead.
You just living your life. And then when Sunday comes around, you're not even planning on watching the broadcast live. You got something you're going to do on Sunday too. And since you know the lecture is going to be up on YouTube, you'll catch it later. Nigga.
Man, come on.
Goddamn nigga.
Come on.
You ain't did nothing all week. Now you're too damn busy to have attendance at the meeting? Come on, man. Come on, woman. The hell is wrong with you? You're not on your job.
See.
And then when you catch this lecture later on tonight, or maybe tomorrow morning, maybe tomorrow afternoon, whenever you feel you got some spare time to check some of it out, you're going to have the nerve to think about what you disagree with in what I said or the damn way I said it. 7, 8 days, 9 days done went by, and you ain't did no fishing at all. But you disagree with what I said. You disagree with how I said it. You disagree with something I did. You crazy as hell, man. You crazy as hell.
That's right.
Talk black to me. You see new people coming in here. You actually see them coming here as lost founds and end up registered. You see it happening right before your eyes. But you're not doing that work. Talk black to me. And so when I say for those of you, and there should always be a few, there should always be a few of you who have no idea what Assalamu Alaikum means or the significance of it because someone invited you to check this lecture out. Some of you won't invite anybody because you feel I will embarrass you. You think I don't know that? Well, let me ask you this before I go any further. Do you think I give a damn?
Go ahead.
Do I have to put my elbows on this podium and put my hands in my face like Macaulay Culkin to show you how much I care?
Come on.
I don't give a damn.
Right.
But I know some of you are feeling that way. You're like, well, I don't, because you think I'm going to embarrass you. You think I'm going to run the person away from the message. Silly as hell. So there should always be a few of you that those who already know have invited to listen to the light-giving teaching of the Most Honorable Elijah Muhammad, and you can actually watch while you listen. All right. Enough with Assalamu Alaikum. Like I said, it simply means peace be unto you. That's all.
See?
Jesus in the Bible, for those of you who are Christian, he didn't greet by saying, hello, good morning, how are you?
That's right.
That's not what Jesus said.
That's right.
Jesus said, peace be unto you. It's in Luke 24:36. It's in John 20:19. It's also in John 20:21. That's how Jesus greeted, by saying, peace be unto you. But he didn't say it in English because nobody spoke English when Jesus was alive. The English language didn't even exist yet.
Go ahead.
And so if you believe Jesus spoke Hebrew, he said, peace be unto you, but he said it by saying, Assalamu Alaikum. If you believe he spoke Aramaic, which is what the white man says he spoke, he said, Assalamu Alaikum.
Go ahead.
Talk black to me. And so when we greet you with the same words that Jesus greeted. But we don't say it in English. Try to understand what I'm trying to convey to you. We say the same thing to you that Jesus would say to you, but we don't say it in English. Jesus didn't say it in English, but it's in the Bible in English. Why? Because the English cracker translated it from the language he said it in to the language he speaks. Are you with me?
Yes, sir.
So it's either Assalamu Alaikum, or Assalamu Alaikum. And the reason all three sound the same is because they all belong to the same family of languages. If you argue against Arabic and in favor of Hebrew, That's like arguing against Michael in favor of Tito. Nigga, they both Jacksons.
Go ahead.
What's your point? I say peace be unto you in Michael Jackson. And you say, no, 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 no. Tito. Tito what? Damn it, Tito what? Tito Jackson. What's your point? I say peace be unto you in Michael Jackson. You say, no, no, no. Marlon. Marlon what?
Right.
Marlon Jackson. Michael Jackson. Marlon Jackson. Tito Jackson. All three Jacksons part of the same family, Jackson.
That's right.
So even if I bow and submit, Jesus didn't speak Michael Jackson. He spoke Tito Jackson. Nigga, are we really going to argue that? For real? Are you serious with me right now? Hebrew, Aramaic, and Arabic are Michael, Marlon, and Tito.
Right.
Hebrew, Arabic, and Aramaic are Michael, Marlon, and Tito.
Come on.
They're all Jacksons. They're all Semitic. And when you say Semitic, you're saying Afro, black, Asiatic, black. You don't want to say black, so you say Afro-Asiatic. Y'all all right?
Yes, sir.
What color are the people that are Afro-Asiatic? They're black. You're talking about a population of black people that can be found on both sides of the Red Sea. That's why they're called Afro-Asiatic. It's one population, but on two different banks or two different sides of the Red Sea. Are you listening to me?
Yes, sir.
All praise is due to Allah for the most honorable Elijah Muhammad. So there are Semites on the western shore of the Red Sea, Semites on the eastern shore of the Red Sea. They're both the same exact people. Are you listening?
Yes, sir.
Some spoke Hebrew. Some spoke Aramaic. Some spoke Arabic. All three, and there are more than just those three. One family of languages, and it's a black family that are indigenous, meaning natives, indigenous to both Africa and Asia. So if I'm a black man coming to a black man coming to a black woman, and I'm saying assalamu alaikum instead of what's good, what up? Hello, good morning, how are you? All kind of crap we got from the white man. I come to you in the way that the prophets would come to you. What's the problem? Many of you don't want to attend the temple personally because you don't like the search procedure. I very rarely deal with this because there's very rarely anybody getting searched. But many of you'd rather just watch at home. Partly because you're lazy. But you'd rather just watch at home.
Come on.
Because you don't want to go through the search procedure. What are you telling us about yourself? When you want to go on a cruise, you have to go through a search procedure. When you want to get on a plane, a train, whatever, You have to go through some sort of a search procedure. Unless you're dealing with someone or some company that doesn't give a damn about security. But there is usually a restriction on bringing weapons on board of whatever you are traveling.
That's right.
Talk black to me. So if you're saying to yourself, no, you don't have, okay, well, we'll just deal with airplanes then. If you're not scared to fly, many of you scared to fly.
No.
You know what they say about niggas. We can't swim. And many of us, we scared to fly.
Come on.
When you want to go someplace on an airplane, you take them damn shoes off and you go barefoot and you take everything out of your pockets and you put it in that tray. And Lord knows Negroes stay in court. Huh? Yeah. You know we stay in court.
Okay.
How many of us ain't never been to court?
Man.
You can't find a nigga ain't been in court now. You done been in court. Well, you can't go in court until you put all your stuff in that tray and let it go through that x-ray machine.
Yes, sir.
And then you have to walk through an x-ray machine. See, you understand this. Whenever you have to go to court, you submit to the check procedure.
Right.
Because you consider the business you are going to be handling to be important enough that no matter how inconvenient or undesirable the check procedure is, you recognize it's something that has to be endured. But when it comes to the life-giving teaching of the most honorable Elijah Muhammad and sharing brotherhood
Come on.
in person with your black brother and sister, you'd rather sit at home because you don't think being here is important enough to endure a damn check procedure.
Come on.
Oh, you'll let the white man check your behind because you consider the white man checking your behind to be something you need to endure because there's something important. You feel you have to endure that. But when it comes to the Nation of Islam, you don't think it's important enough to be here in person. You don't think that's important enough to submit to a few second check procedure.
Right.
That's what you're telling us about yourself. You all right?
Yes, sir.
All praise is due to Allah for the most honorable Elijah Muhammad. You don't think it's important enough to have someone that you invite out to experience it live, but not just live via broadcast, but live and in person. You don't think it's important enough for that person to experience that, to bring that person with you. Don't come just for yourself. Come because you bring in somebody.
Right.
Are you listening to me?
Yes, sir.
But you don't think that's important enough. Talk back to me. You watch via live broadcast. You don't share the video. You don't send it to anybody in a text message. You don't send the link to it to anybody in a DM, direct message. You're doing absolutely nothing to help spread the message.
Come on.
What the hell is wrong with you?
Man. See.
You live in a city where there's a temple. And you're not trying to get anybody in that city to come to that temple with you. so that they can experience it live in person. You don't care. And don't tell me nothing about how I teach, because when there are people live and in person in front of me, I teach different. I have no choice. I can't snap with people in front of me the way I can snap with nothing but some phones in front of me.
Go ahead.
Talk black to me. Y'all all right?
Yes, sir.
The experience of live and in person changes the game.
That's right. See.
What does this have to do with the title of the lecture? The True Promise. You know, there's a true promise, meaning there is a promise made by somebody, and the promise is true. And that promise deals with a particular period in time. And the period in time that we are living in right now dictates an absolute urgency to do what I have been preaching about for the last however long. This is no time for you not to be coming to the temple because you don't want to go through a search procedure.
Right.
This is not a time for you to be checking me out just to see whether you're going to disapprove of my lecture this week because of this or because of that.
That's right.
You can pick with this, or you can pick with that, or you can pick with this, or you can pick with that. You always got something to say. I'm really always giving you something to say. All praise is due to Allah for the most honorable Elijah Muhammad. It's no time for that.
That's right.
We're living in the time of the true promise that is spoken of in the Holy Quran. Over to my left, you see what is called an actual facts board. Actual facts board. You see on the actual facts board, on the left-hand side, the flag of America. Where are you? Are you in Poland? Are you in Romania? Are you in Lithuania? Are you in Germany? Are you in China or India? Are you in Africa? Where are you? You're in America. I have an actual facts board with the flag of America on it. The place where you live. You think that's an accident? What do you see above that flag? A religion. The religion that is the dominant religion of the place where you live. And it's the religion that most of you claim as your own. But it's not your religion. It's the white man's religion. You don't want to accept that Christianity is the white man's religion. You want to make it Jesus's religion. Jesus never taught Christianity.
Go ahead.
We've been telling you that damn near 100 years now, but your hard-headed behind won't accept it. Christianity is the white man's religion. It always has been the white man's religion. It won't always be the white man's religion because there won't always be a white man.
Go ahead.
So there sure as hell won't always be a white man's religion. There won't be a white man to have the religion. That's why my lecture is titled The True Promise.
Go ahead.
The true promise is ain't gonna be no white man in a minute, and ain't gonna be no white man's religion in that minute. Talk black to me. You see the white man's religion of Christianity. above the white man's flag of America? And where do you see yourself in that picture? Where do you see yourself in the picture? There you are. There you are. The white man is standing on the ground having a grand old time. White folks standing on the ground smiling, enjoying themselves, enjoying an outing. Where are you? You're in this picture, but where in the picture are you?
Right.
You hanging from a damn tree. There you are right here. You hanging. And the white man is standing up under you, laughing, joking, smiling, having a good time, having hung you to death on a damn tree.
Come on.
That's where you fit in this picture. Are you listening to me?
Yes, sir.
And above the place on this board that you occupy are three words: slavery. Has that been your experience?
Yes, sir.
Suffering. Is that still your experience?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Is that still your experience?
Yes, sir.
And right next to you hanging on a damn tree is a cross where they say they hung Jesus. You think it's a coincidence they hung you and they hung Jesus?
See.
Hung him on a cross, hung you on a tree? What does that tell you about the connection between you and Jesus?
See.
You are one of the four Jesuses.
See.
That's why you hanging just like Jesus. Because you are one in the same with Jesus. Talk black to me. Y'all all right?
Yes, sir.
All right. Slavery, suffering, death. And as Jesus was hung on a cross, so teaches the scripture. You were hanging on a tree. Y'all all right?
Yes, sir.
When they hung Jesus on the cross, they were standing up under Jesus saying, crucify him, crucify him, crucify him. It was a spectator sport. Crucifixion was a spectator sport. Crucify him, crucify him. Right or wrong? What you think them crackers were saying about you as you hung on that tree right there? Hang that nigga, kill that nigga. Right or wrong?
That's right.
But you don't see the connection between yourself and Jesus. It's very difficult dealing with you. But it's my job, so I'm going to do it.
Go ahead.
Now, on the far right side of the actual facts board, we're dealing with the true promise. On the far right side of the actual facts board, you see the flag of Islam. You also see it to my right, freely flowing on a pole. Above the flag of Islam, you see the word Islam. But you don't see yourself. You don't see yourself in the picture on the right side of the board, do you? There's no picture of you over there. You know why? Because your black behind won't get the hell over there. You're not there yet.
Come on.
Talk black to me. If you had half a goddamn brain, you would be over there. But you insist on staying over here.
Come on.
Hello? So ain't no picture of you over there because you ain't there. But there's a true promise over there. What's the true promise? That if you come over there from being over here, you are promised freedom. You are promised justice. You are promised equality.
Go ahead.
If you accept Islam, that's what you're promised. Heaven at once, not after you die, not going up in no sky. Heaven at once while you live with luxury, money, good homes, and friendship in all walks of life.
Go ahead.
Talk black to me. That's what you're promised in Islam.
That's right.
But you don't believe that promise is true. All praise is due to Allah for the most honorable Elijah Muhammad.
Come on.
You still keep falling for the false promises of America and the white man of America, and you still keep getting slavery, suffering, and death. But there's a true promise for you on the other side of the border. You won't accept it. Those of us who have accepted Islam, we are experiencing freedom, justice, and equality.
That's right.
Talk black to me. We're not experiencing it with the white man.
Go ahead.
We're not supposed to experience it with the white man.
Each other.
The nature of the white man makes it impossible for us to experience it with the white man. You asking the white man to do something that by nature he cannot do.
Go ahead.
He wasn't made to do it.
Go ahead.
You're wasting your time. Now, in the middle between the two, you're over here being given the false promise of a bright future in America, but continuing to get the same old thing you've always gotten in America. While there's a true promise on the other side of the board from America that you won't accept. And in between the two, there's a question. Which one? Which one what? Which flag?
That's right.
Meaning which nation? Because the flags are just a symbol of the two nations. Which of the two nations, symbolized by the two flags, which of the two nations will survive, meaning last, will survive the war of Armageddon? Which one? Smart mouth, nitwit, nigger, Afrocentric. Say neither one. You stupid.
Right.
The nation of Islam ain't going nowhere.
Go ahead.
Islam has been around for trillions of years. It ain't going nowhere. Even if you believe it started with Prophet Muhammad, it's been around nearly 1,500 years. Where the hell do you think it's going? Talk black to me. With your bootleg African self. The area of West Africa where we were taken as slaves is almost entirely Islamic. African Muslims ain't giving up Africa for no damn Afrocentricity that some Jews started in colleges in America. They didn't hear what I just said, brother.
Come on.
Afrocentricity. I'm not making this up, bruh. Afrocentricity was started by some damn Jews on college campuses in America.
Oh, man.
And I don't give a damn about your dreadlocks, nigga, your flip-flops, your on-tap, your chew stick, your damn kente. Ain't nothing about you I give a damn about. What I just said is right. I didn't make it up. Jewish historians started that. Talk black to me. And you flunkies, you came along and sucked it up with a super straw. It was designed to steer you away from Islam. That's the purpose of Afrocentricity, to steer you away from Islam. Not Orthodox Islam, but to steer you away from the nation of Islam.
Go ahead.
Orthodox Islam does not offer you a thorough knowledge of yourself. Orthodox Islam Arabizes you. Orthodox Islam puts a beard on your face, a kufi on your head, a gown on your damn back, some flip-flops on your damn feet with some dirty socks. Are you listening to me?
Yes, sir.
Orthodox Islam got you with some orange Kool-Aid painting your damn beard because you can't afford no henna.
Come on.
Orthodox Islam does not instill in the black man of America who has been robbed of the knowledge of himself, a thorough knowledge of himself and a strong pride in oneself. Orthodox Islam does not do that. Orthodox Islam makes you try to be an Arab. Orthodox Islam got you eating with your damn fingers instead of with a fork. When an Orthodox African Muslim is the one who came up with the fork. His name was Zariah. Talk black to me. Everybody all right?
Yes, sir.
All praise is due to Allah for the most honorable Elijah Muhammad. Orthodox Islam got you trying to ride a camel up Old National Highway. Orthodox Islam got you digging up your grass and putting sand down in front of you around your house. Crazy as hell, trying to be a desert Arab.
Right.
In Atlanta, Georgia. But the nation of Islam instills within you a pride in being you. There is no black consciousness, no black pride that equals that is instilled within you by the nation of Islam.
That's right.
And so the Jew had to come up with something that would offer you the black pride that the nation of Islam offers without the Islam element. So we're going to give you a healthy dose of so-called Afrocentricity, African-centeredness, African spirituality. We're going to separate Africa and Africans from Islam and say that Islam represents something foreign to Africans. What Africans need to focus on is that which is purely African. Are y'all all right?
Yes, sir.
And so you reject Islam as non-African. That's just exactly what the Jew wanted you to do. You fell for it with your silly self. Because the white man knows that Islam, as taught by the most honorable Elijah Muhammad, is your one and only, nothing else, nobody else. Your one and only door out of the condition that you are in.
Yes, sir.
When you are being inoculated against something, what does the medical professional do to inoculate you from something? To keep you from falling victim to it. He gives you a small dose of it that is designed to cause your immune system to activate against it.
Right.
And so your system builds up an immunity to that small amount of it, so that when a larger amount comes, you don't get affected by it because your system has built up enough immunity to it that you're not affected by it. Are you listening to me?
Yes, sir.
Want to inoculate you against polio? Well, we come up with a vaccine. Well, what is the vaccine? A small dose of polio.
Right.
So that your body will build up an immunity to polio, so that when polio comes in full force, you are immune to it. You don't fall victim to it. That's what Afrocentricity is. Afrocentricity is a small dose of black consciousness and black pride and black self-independence, black nationalism, black separatism, Pan-Africanism. It's a small dose of what the Nation of Islam offers to you, so that you will build up in your mind and in your spirit enough immunity to it, so that you will say, well, I don't need Islam. I'm black without Islam. I'm already black conscious. I already have black pride. Look at me. I got dreadlocks. I got flip-flops. I beat a drum. I'm African. I don't need Islam. Islam is the Arabs' religion. I want African spirituality. So you get the black pride, the black consciousness, and some of the Pan-Africanism without Islam. So now you build up an immunity to Islam. You build up a strong resistance to Islam. That's exactly what they wanted. You've been inoculated against Islam with some bootleg African centeredness. Y'all all right?
Yes, sir.
You've been inoculated against the Nation of Islam with the Moorish Science Temple of America.
Go ahead.
You've been inoculated against the Nation of Islam with the Universal Negro Improvement Association.
Go ahead.
You've been inoculated against Elijah with Noble Drew. You've been inoculated against Elijah with Marcus Garvey. Talk black to me. I'm going to give you Islamism.
Right.
Without the Nation of Islam.
Right.
I'm going to give you black nationalism and Pan-Africanism without the Nation of Islam. I'll give it to you in the form of philosophy and opinions of Marcus Garvey. I'll give it to you in the form of Moorish science. Are you listening to me?
Yes, sir.
I have many different vaccines to make you immune to the most honorable Elijah Muhammad's life-giving teaching and program.
Come on.
Y'all all right?
Yes, sir.
Which one will survive the war of Armageddon? What is the war of Armageddon? The war of Armageddon, War 3. It is called the war to end wars. It is to be fought by the powers of the Christian West against the world of Islam. You have over 1 billion people in the subcontinent of Asia called India.
Right.
You have well over 1 billion people in the country that is called India. Do you see India represented?
Mm.
Where in the hell is India in World War III? Where is she?
Mm.
She's nowhere to be found.
Mm.
World War III is not even being fought between America and Russia over Ukraine. World War III is being waged in the Middle East as the scripture promised.
Come on.
It's being fought between the Christian West and the Islamic East. It's called a clash of civilizations. Are you listening to me? Russia is involved in it, but it's a clash of Islamic civilization versus Christian Western civilization. Which one will survive? Talk black to me. Well, if you look at the symbols, what do you mean the symbols? Okay. Look at the American flag. You have a blue square inside of a red background. You have 6 white stripes going across a red background. What does the color red symbolize? The truth. Why does the color red symbolize the truth? Because the sun is red. Some of you think the sun is yellow. Some of you think the sun is orange. The sun is red. It's a red ball of fire. Fire all the way through it. A red ball of fire.
Okay.
It is the sun that gives everything its true color. There's no other light in the heavens or in the earth below that gives the true color of anything. It's sunlight that reveals the true color of everything.
Go ahead.
You don't know what true color nothing is until sunlight hits it. Talk black to me. Y'all all right?
Yes, sir.
I take that chair, it's maroon. It looks maroon in here. I take it outside, and if I sit it in the sun and it still looks maroon, okay, now we know it really is maroon.
Go ahead.
But when the sun sets, what color does that chair look then? It looks like a shade of gray, doesn't it?
Yes, sir.
But when the sun rises again and shines on it, if you take any other light and shine it on it, it doesn't look gray anymore. So whether you use a substitute light for the sun or the sun itself, you get a closer reality insofar as its color, and the ultimate reality without the substitute if you put it in the sun. Are you with me?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so the red background is for the truth, but there's 6 white stripes going across it. There's a blue square with 50 white stars in it. Why? Well, we're talking about the science of religion and the science of government. In the blue square, you see the science of government. In the 6 white stripes, you see the science of religion. I wonder if anybody's paying attention, brother. The 6 white stripes represent the 6,000 years that the white man was given to rule the black man.
Right.
Who gave the white man 6,000 years to rule the black man? The black man.
Go ahead.
Where do you think the white man comes from? The white man comes from the black man. Now, some of you knucklehead, black conscious niggas, you think the white man just popped up out the black man. Climate did it. The black man got cold and turned white. I done seen some of the coldest niggas in America, and they just as black as they was in the summer.
Right.
Niggas don't get cold and turn white.
Right.
Talk black to me. You can't take a nigga and put a nigga in a cave and think he's going to turn white because he's not getting sunlight.
Right.
We are not black because the sun burned us black. or baked us black.
Go ahead.
We are black because we're black. We would be black with no sun. Y'all ain't listening to me.
Come on.
The sun was created to feed black, not to make black. You got black before the sun, and that's why you have the sun, because you have black that needs the sun. Are you listening to me?
Go ahead.
Black is food. No, the sun is food for black.
Make it plain.
For you to think the sun makes us black is like thinking that the worm makes the fish fish. Worms don't make fish what they are.
Right.
Worms are food for fish.
That's right.
Talk black to me. You ain't got no fish, you don't need no damn worm. Talk black to me.
Right.
One is food for the other. The sun is food for black. The relationship of the sun to black is the same relationship of the worm to fish. Y'all all right?
Yes, sir.
No fish, no worm. No earth, no worm. All praise is due to Allah for the most honorable Elijah Muhammad. You have a blue square on that red background. But you got 6 white stripes going through that red background. The white man comes from the black man. And he didn't just pop up out of the black man. The black man literally made the white man deliberately.
Come on.
The white man was made to be destroyed, but he was made to live for 6,000 years before being destroyed.
Yeah.
Are you listening to me? I didn't say, are you agreeing with me? I just said, are you listening to me?
Come on. That's right.
The science of religion are seen or is seen in those 6 white stripes in the Bible, wherein the white man is told 6 days shalt thou labor. Now, 2 Peter 3:8 says that a day in the Lord is as 1,000 years. Well, it was the Lord that told the crackers 6 days. Well, 6 of the Lord's days is 6,000 years. Are you with me? We know that for the past 6,000 years, the peace of the black nation has been broken by the white race.
Come on.
We know that in the scripture, the white man was told, be fruitful, multiply, repopulate the earth, subdue it, bring it under your subjection. We know that Adam, meaning the white race, was given power. He was given dominion over everything and everybody. That's your scripture. And we can go back in history 6,000 years and find the white man steadily being fruitful, steadily multiplying, steadily repopulating the earth, and steadily bringing more and more of the earth and its peoples under their subjection. That's a fact of history. You can't deny it. Now, you cannot receive what I say it means, but you can't deny what I'm saying is true. That is what the white race has been doing for 6,000 years. Ain't no coincidence that it's 6 stripes going across his flag that are his color.
That's right.
Now, it's a blue background. Well, what does the color blue symbolize? Falsehood. Doesn't your blood look blue until you start bleeding? And then it's red. Doesn't the seed look blue until you pull it up out of the water in a glass? And then it's clear. Doesn't the sky look blue until you go up there in a plane? And it's clear. Talk black to me. Blue is the color of untruth. Well, what's in the color blue in the white man's flag? Stars. Well, what do stars represent? Justice, authority, the authority to rule. Okay, well, if the stars are the symbols of justice and represents the authority, the justification to rule, then that's the science of government, because it is the authority to rule, but not in justice, in injustice. That's why it's in a blue background, because the justice that you receive under white rule is untrue. Why is it untrue? Because it's not equal. You don't get equal justice under the governments of the white race. Even white people themselves don't get equal justice under their own rule. Talk back to me.
That's right.
You got to be rich enough to buy justice from the white man.
Come on.
Even if you are a white man.
Come on.
All praise is due to Allah for the most honorable Elijah Muhammad.
See?
So you don't see a moon in the science of the white man's flag, because the moon is a symbol of equality. 3/4 water, 1/4 land. And you think that even though the earth is so dominated by water, that the reason you have dry land is just because.
Come on.
3 times as much water as there is land, but you got all this dry land. 57,255,000 square miles of dry land.
Come on.
With 139,685,000 square miles of wet water, looking at the dry land going,
Come on. That's right.
But the dry land is like, what? Why? Why? Because the moon has an attracting power on the water, holding the water in its place, allowing the land to maintain its place. The moon equalizes the two, land and water. 3 times as much water as there is land, but the moon keeps the water from overrunning the land. It equalizes things. Are you with me?
Yes, sir.
You don't see a moon in the white man's flag, because the justice under the white man's rule is not equal. But the true promise of Islam is that that star that represents all the stars, that's in a solid red background, because it's true justice. What makes that justice true? The fact that it's equal. Moon next to it. It's equal justice for all. Nobody has done an injustice, not even the devil himself. Talk black to me. We're taught by the most honorable Elijah Muhammad to treat everybody right, even if they're white.
That's right. See?
Treat everybody right, even if they're white. Point number two, in what the Muslims want. We want justice, equal justice under the law. We want justice applied equally. We want justice applied equally to all, meaning everybody under the light of the sun. We want justice applied equally to all, regardless of creed, meaning your ideology, your philosophy, your doctrine, your religion, regardless of that, regardless of class, whether you got paper or ain't got no paper.
Right.
Rich or poor, don't matter, regardless of creed, class, or color.
Oh.
Regardless of color. Well, who is the colored man? The Caucasian white man.
That's right.
Or Yakub's grafted devils, the scum of the planet Earth. But we want justice applied equally regardless of color.
Come on. That's right.
Meaning regardless of white. Treat everybody right, even if they're white. Y'all all right?
Yes, sir.
Which one? Will that flag that represents untrue justice, will this flag and the nation that it symbolizes outlast the nation that symbolizes true justice, that is equal for all, regardless of creed, class, or color? Of course not. The principles of freedom, justice, and equality will outlast the principles of slavery, suffering, and death. Slavery, suffering, and death can only exist temporarily because there is a force that backs freedom that will ultimately defeat slavery. There is a force that backs justice that will ultimately overcome suffering. There is a force that backs equality that will ultimately overcome death. Talk black to me. And that's why your scripture says, "Oh death, where is thy sting?" Y'all all right?
Yes, sir.
That's why your scripture promises a day when the dead would be raised again. Death is temporary. Life is eternal. Talk black to me. Death can't overcome life, but life will overcome death. That's the true promise that has been made by the prophets of old. All right. So since Islam represents life and the flag of America represents death, certainly life will outlast death. What will bring about an end to slavery, suffering, and death? War. Who's going to wage this war? The scripture says the war is going to be against powers, principalities, the rulers of darkness, spiritual wickedness in high places.
That's right.
That's what the war is going to be against. What does the scripture say, or who does the scripture say embodies the force or the power that the scripture speaks of? In the book of Revelations, it's called the beast, the fourth beast, the great and dreadful beast that no one could successfully make war with. That beast represents the power, the principality, the ruler of darkness, the source of the spiritual wickedness in the high place that it occupies. But that same book talks about a lamb. That lamb is of God. Right or wrong?
That's right.
But that lamb is one of a people who are called sheep that are lost in a house that's called Israel. Are you listening to me?
Yes, sir.
Those sheep that are lost are not Israel. Shut up, Hebrew. The damn sheep ain't Israel.
Come on.
The sheep are lost in the house of Israel.
Go ahead.
They're not Israel. But one of those sheep is the Lamb of God. And he makes war with the beast. And he defeats the beast. He slays the beast. He pushes the beast into a lake of fire. Are y'all listening to me?
Yes, sir. Go ahead.
That's your book. And when that lamb defeats that beast, it brings about the restoration of peace. Islam is the religion of peace. The dominant idea in Islam is the making of peace. Once the lamb defeats the beast, spears are beaten into plowshares. The lion and the leopard lay down together. No more wars. Y'all all right?
Yes, sir.
That's the true promise of God spoken by the prophets that he raised among the people. So you see that science in the actual facts board. All right. Let's open the Quran to chapter 18, entitled The Cave. And let's go y'all with me?
Yes, sir. Take time, brother.
Lord have mercy. All right, I'm going to have to wait 1 second. This is going to be one of those long, awkward pauses.
Take time, brother.
Brother Gerard X said, take my time.
Say yes, sir.
I'm going to shorten the long, awkward pause right quick. Everybody all right?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so we got verse 97. Okay, so that must not be chapter 18. It's chapter 21. Let's get out of chapter 18 and go to chapter 21, verse 97.
Yes, sir.
Whoop. There it is. Now, if you're wondering why I'm a little slow in delivery, it's because I'm exhausted. I'm literally exhausted. I've been up all night.
Go ahead. See.
After working 80 hours,
Yes, sir.
I took a nap and then went and worked 12 hours. Didn't get off until 10 this morning. Haven't had any sleep. I'm exhausted. I'm out of gas.
Yes, sir. Go ahead.
But I'm still here.
Go ahead.
Because it's my job.
Praise be to the Lord. The Lord comes with light and light.
All right. Quickly, as I can. There is a war called Armageddon that is going on right now.
That's right.
It's the Christian West against the Islamic East.
Go ahead.
There is an axis of resistance in the Middle East to the hegemony of the Christian West. America and Europe are backing Israel in the East. The Israeli Jew is not an Eastern people.
Right.
The Israeli Jews are German, West,
Yeah.
Polish, West, and they are other Eastern European West nations.
Right.
They are European devils
That's right.
from the Christian West who have adopted the Jewish religion. And because they are the same people as the Christian West, they are backed by the Christian West against the non-white Muslim East.
Go ahead.
Are you with me?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Keep going.
There is nothing Eastern about Benjamin Netanyahu, Herzi Halevi, Isaac Herzog, Itamar Ben-Gvir, Bezalel Smotrich. There is nothing Eastern about any of these Israeli Jews.
Right.
They are a Western European people.
That's right.
I thought you said Eastern European. Relax. When I say Western European, I don't mean the Western area of Europe.
Right. See.
I mean they are Western in the sense that they are European. They are Western European white folks. I don't care whether you're in the east of Europe, the west of Europe, the north of Europe, the south of Europe. Europe is Western.
Right.
And it is that area of the world that was given to white people. These are Western European devils who have adopted the religion of Judaism as opposed to Christianity. They have been planted in the East by other Western Europeans and are backed by the other Western Europeans against the Eastern Asiatics that are not white. Are y'all listening to me?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
See.
So it's the Christian West against the Islamic East. That war is ongoing right now.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now, over the past several months, there have been attacks made by the Western European devils of Europe called Israelis against Iran. And when Iran retaliated, they named their operation against Israel True Promise. When they retaliated against another Israeli aggression, they called it Operation True Promise 2. Now they are threatening to attack Israel again or retaliate against Israel again, and they're calling it True Promise or Operation True Promise 3. Now, to the typical average, unlearned, unread, unstudied individual, you don't know why they're calling it Operation True Promise. But for someone who has read the Quran in its entirety so many times as I have, soon as you say True Promise, I go straight to chapter 21. Why? Because I read the Holy Quran so many times, I know exactly why they're calling their Operation True Promise. It's an Islamic republic. They're getting that name from the Holy Quran. They're getting it from chapter 21, verse 97. I automatically knew that. Y'all all right?
Yes, sir.
I just thought it was in chapter 18. But I knew the verse. The verse says, and the true promise draws nigh. Meaning it's getting closer and closer and closer. Then what? When the true promise kicks off. Then lo, the eyes of those who disbelieve. Disbelieve in what? Islam. The eyes of those who disbelieve will be fixedly open.
Oh, man.
Talk back to me. You know what eyes being fixedly open means? It means, you know, when your eyes are fixed open, your mouth ain't shut. Your mouth fixed open too. And even the few of you where your mouth might be shut, usually when somebody's eyes won't shut, they fixed open, if something going on in front of their eyes that's got them shocked. Right or wrong? So you got eyes fixed open in chapter 21. Right? Then you go to chapter 22 and it says what? The shock of the hour is a grievous thing. Talk black to me. The day you see it, men are going to look like they drunk, but they're not drunk. The chastisement is severe. Every woman giving suck will lay down her suck. Every pregnant one is going to lay down her burden. In the shock of an hour such as this, your eyes are fixedly open. Are you listening to me?
Yes, sir. Go ahead.
And as their eyes are fixedly open, they will say, oh, woe to us. Surely we were heedless of this. Nay, we were unjust. Talk black to me. Y'all all right?
Yes, sir.
That's why Iran calls their Operation True Promise. Okay. What does it have to do with chapter 18? You got to read the book.
Yes, sir.
Chapter 18 says,
Yes, sir.
discussing Gog and Magog,
Yes, sir.
that towards the end of the present world of wickedness, Gog and Magog are going to ascend to the heights of power. It talks about them being let loose and sallying forth from every elevated place. Are you with me? All right. Let's read it. Let's start with verse 94. So whoever does good deeds, and not just whoever does good deeds, and is a believer, there is no rejection of his effort, and we surely write it down for him. And it is forbidden to a town which we destroy. They shall not return. Even, hold up now, what are we talking about? We're talking about a we, that's God. Destroying a town and destroying it so thoroughly that it's the final destruction. They don't come back from this destruction. And then it's going to give an example. And the example that it is going to give is going to emphasize that law. That when we destroy a town, that's it. Right. Now I'm going to give you an example that emphasizes that. Even when Gog and Magog are let loose and they sally forth from every elevated place, and the true promise draws nigh. When does the true promise draw nigh? When Gog and Magog are sallying forth from every elevated place. That's when the true promise is going to draw nigh. And then the eyes of the disbelievers are going to be fixedly open. Does Gog believe?
As you were, sir.
Does Magog believe?
As you were, sir.
So whose eyes are going to be fixedly open? Chapter 20 tells us whose eyes. It talks about the guilty blue eye being gathered on that day.
Go ahead.
Talk black to me. If the guilty blue-eyed are going to be gathered on that day, then that gathering of the guilty blue-eyed is going to have them blue eyes fixedly open.
Go ahead.
Because the chastisement is going to be that severe. The hour is going to be that much of a shock. Y'all all right?
Yes, sir.
And they're going to regret having rejected Islam. Talk black to me. Gog and Magog refer to America and Russia. Gog and Magog refer to the Eastern European devil and the Western European devil. Y'all all right?
Yes, sir.
Russians are Eastern European devils. Europe and America are Western European devils.
Come on.
Gog and Magog. America and Russia are in the most elevated places militarily. Talk back to me. And they have been sallying forth from every elevated place. So I don't understand why those of the Islamic Republic of Iran are talking about the true promise as they get coochie crunch with Majuj.
Come on.
Gog, Magog, Juj, and Majuj. How you so close with Majuj? Talk black to me.
Come on.
When the true promise of the Quran that you're naming your operation after refers to the ultimate destruction of both America and Russia.
Go ahead.
Not just America, damn it, Russia too. But you somehow think that some damn bricks with Russia
Right.
and some Hindus in India. What the hell are you talking about? The true promise represents the destruction and removal of Russia and India. The true promise involves the coming of the Mahdi, of the restorer of the kingdom of Islam. And when the Mahdi comes, he breaks the cross. Russia is Christian. America and Europe are Christian. He breaks the cross and kills the swine. Right or wrong?
That's right.
Ain't no room for Russia to survive. The Mahdi comes to destroy both America and Russia. Gog and Magog. Jews and Majuj. Are you listening to me? No damn bricks gonna do nothing. Your future as an Islamic Republic ain't with no damn bricks. Brazil, Christian. What are you, stupid? Brazil, Russia, Christian. India, Hindu. Both Christianity and Hinduism are going to be wiped off the face of the earth.
Go ahead.
China, non-white. We're going to need the Chinese to put in some work. That's why it's a billion of them.
Right.
A lot of them going to be sacrificed to get rid of these damn whites.
Yes, sir. Go ahead.
Talk black to me.
Come on.
And then South Africa, the black man. Are you crazy? Your future ain't with no damn bricks.
Right.
Ain't no BRICS nations gonna rule the world.
Go ahead.
Talking about a multipolar world. Ain't gonna be no multipolar world. Where you come up with that? The prophets did not predict the coming of a multipolar world.
Right.
The prophets predicted that Christ would rule the nations with a rod of iron.
Go ahead.
How are you, a Christian Russian, talking about some damn bricks? Where's bricks in the Bible, Vladimir? You must be Putin or something.
Come on.
Ain't no bricks in prophecy. Christ is going to rule President Putin.
Go ahead.
He's going to rule the nations with a rod of iron.
Go ahead.
Bricks ain't going to run nothing. Talk black to me. Christ don't come to destroy God and raise Magog. Christ comes to put an end to God and Magog.
That's right. Both.
Talk black to me. So if you're an Islamic Republic, you need to allow Allah to be sufficient. Take not the Jews and the Christians for friends. They're friends of one another.
Right.
Whoever takes them for a friend is one of them. Talk black to me. Allah is sufficient, the Quran says, as a friend and as a helper. You don't need Russia. You bring bringing Russians to a God fight.
Oh, man.
Talk black to me. This ain't no bomb fight, nuclear or otherwise. You can't bring bombs to a God fight. Allah is sufficient as a friend. Allah is sufficient as a help. You sitting here making decisions not to do things that you're supposed to do because you're so concerned how it's going to affect your membership in BRICS, how it's going to affect your relationship with Russia. Majouj. The hell is wrong with you? Y'all all right?
Yes, sir.
All praise is due to Allah for the most honorable Elijah Muhammad. Islam is going to rule the nations. Christ ain't no damn Christian. Christ is Muslim.
Go ahead.
And through Christ, Islam is going to rule the nations of this earth with a rod of iron. That's the true promise that's drawing nigh. And the Quran in chapter 18 prophesies of this. It prophesies that there was going to come a time when Gog and Magog were going to rise to the most elevated positions in the earth, and they were going to bring the earth under their subjection. And then a great and terrible war would be fought. Gog and Magog would have to go at it with one another. Both Christian nations, they would have to go at it with one another, bring each other almost to total destruction, and then Islam would rise to replace the rulership of Gog and Magog with the government of peace that would rule the nations. That's the true promise. That's Islam.
Go ahead.
The Quran says you are to judge by what Allah has revealed.
Go ahead.
If you're an Islamic republic, stick to the Quran. Give a damn what Vladimir Putin says. I respect Vladimir Putin to a degree. When the Chechens gave Vladimir Putin a gift of a holy Quran, a golden holy Quran, Vladimir Putin took the Quran and kissed it. This Western cracker takes the Quran, throw it on the ground, and pees on it.
Man, come on.
Talk black to me. Vladimir Putin took the Quran and kissed it. Y'all all right?
Yes, sir.
Vladimir Putin started out killing and oppressing Chechens. Now they're working together. Hello? So I have respect for him to a degree. The most honorable Elijah Muhammad said we must learn to respect those who are trying to respect us. Talk black to me. But that doesn't change the fact that Russia and America are Gog and Magog. Neither Gog nor Magog is going to rule the nations. BRICS is an alternative system to the Gog system. BRICS represents the Magog system to replace the Gog system. Well, we don't want the system of Gog or Magog. We want the system of Islam, the system of Muhammad. That's what we want. Are you with me?
Yes, sir.
How the hell you gonna have a peaceful coexistence with India? Hindus. Are you crazy? Hindus are the #1 enemy of Islam. Master Farad Muhammad told the most honorable Elijah Muhammad that we have a saying among us: if you see a Christian and a Hindu coming down the street, kill the Hindu first.
Yeah.
Because he's more poison than the Christian.
Yeah.
The Hindu has been an enemy of Islam for 35,000 years.
Oh, hey.
The Christian enemies just got here. Talk black to me. He said to his messenger, if we convert one Hindu a year to Islam, we think we're doing good. That's how poison they are. Mind me of you niggas in Atlanta. If I get one of you niggas a year, I feel like I'm doing great. Talk black to me. And the hell BRICS. BRICS gonna represent an improvement over Western capitalism. How? Hindus, a peaceful coexistence of Muslims with Hindus? Are you nuts? Ain't nobody Muslim in BRICS but Iran. Christian Brazilians, Christian Russians, talk black to me. Hindu Indians, who the hell know what Chinese? Atheists or you know, just communists, atheists, I don't know what to call them. They come up, so-called come up out of communism to something between communism and capitalism. Something between socialism and capitalism, communism and capital, whatever ism and capitalism. How many of you don't know what the hell you believe? A billion Chinese, raise your damn yellow hands. And then some Christian South Africans. Nobody Muslim but Iran. Crosses and swine everywhere. Even the damn Chinese. Pork fried rice. Right or wrong? Whatever pork dishes they got. They got all kinds of pork dishes at the Chinese food restaurant. Pork Brazilians, pork Russians, pork, well, the Indians don't mess with no meat, period. Vegetarian Indians, pork Chinese, and pork South Africans. Nobody Muslim but Iran. And you telling me that's the future? You done lost your damn mind, Iran. That's not the future of Islam. That's not the future of any Islamic republic. The Islamic world needs to close in on itself the way China did. China closed itself in and worked on itself until it rose to become a power in the world. That's what Islam has to do. Worrying about trying to integrate and cooperate with nobody else. We turn inward like the Chinese did. We turn inward and we build ourselves up. And we let the non-believers destroy each other while we are turned inward building up the believers. Are y'all all right?
Yes, sir.
All praise is due to Allah for the most honorable Elijah Muhammad. And the hell does an Islamic republic need a BRICS union? Hell no. You need to turn inward with other Muslims and build up the kingdom of Islam. Don't worry about nobody else. Let the dead bury their dead. Let the disbelievers fight it out and destroy each other. Talk black to me. And you just be ready to take their place once they're gone. That's the proper course of action. That's why the Quran says none of your friends except Allah, his messenger, and the believers. You got diplomatic relations with India, the enemies of Islam. Diplomatic relations with the infidels of Russia. If they're trying to respect you, cool, respect them. But what the hell is all of this coochie crunch relationship crap? You and Russia BFFs. The hell with that. Everybody all right?
Yes, sir.
All praise is due to Allah for the most honorable Elijah Muhammad. Russia providing you with air defense system. You providing Russia with missiles and damn drones. Stop it already. The true promise that draws nigh, that will cause those who disbelieve their eyes to be fixedly open, is the ultimate triumph of Islam. That's the true promise. Surely we have sent thee with the truth and or with the religion of truth. Let me read it before I mess it up. Another long, awkward pause. That's all right. You'll get over it.
Think about it, that's it.
Holy Quran, chapter 48, verse 28, talking about Allah. He, Allah, it is who has sent his messenger with the guidance and the religion of truth, that he may make it, what? The religion of truth. Make it prevail over all religions. And Allah is enough for a witness. Are you with me?
Allah is enough for a witness. Okay.
Now, let's go to chapter 9, verse 33, and see what that says. Because I'm looking at the footnotes. Chapter 9, verse 33. He it is who has sent his messenger with the guidance and the religion of truth, that he may make it prevail over all religions, though the polytheists are averse. Let's go to chapter 61, verse 9. Because we're talking about the true promise. He it is who has sent his messenger with the guidance and the religion of truth, that he may make it over all religions, though the polytheists are averse. That's the true promise. Explain to me what the hell that has to do with you hooking up with a bunch of a bunch of Christian nations and some damn Hindus. How does that involve you hooking up with them, talking about some bricks? You want to call it straws.
Right.
Bricks are hard. Bricks is gangster. Straws is soft. Talk black to me. You ought to call it straws, not bricks. One Islamic Republic surrounded by a bunch of infidels and disbelievers.
Come on. Look at that.
A bunch of Christians, unbelieving, who know, socialists, communists. They don't even know what the hell they are. That's not the true promise. The true promise is Allah's messenger and the guidance that Allah sent with his messenger, along with the religion of truth, which is Islam, and him making it overcome all the religions: Christianity, Judaism, Hinduism, Buddhism, you name the ism, overcoming all the religions, even though the disbelievers in Islam are averse to the conquest of Islam. Nothing they can do about it. That's the true promise.
That's right.
And so while I respect the revolutionary bent of the Islamic Republic of Iran, I gotta pull your coattail. You're doing a little too much bricks in Russia. A little too much Vladimir Putin. And not quite enough, although you're doing hella much, not quite enough Islam. Allah is sufficient, and the true promise has drawn nigh. Thank you for listening. Assalamu alaikum. All praise is due to Allah for the most honorable Elijah Muhammad.